Yesterday I ran. Today I am a warrior. Chapter 9. Home on a Wing and a Prayer. Divine transportation. For many years, we as a family had dedicated our lives to missionary work in a city away from home. The ride to this particular city was a 2-hour drive. Driving at an exceptional speed limit or pushing beyond the normal speed might make the trip just a little bit shorter. However, in 15 years, we had only been able to make the trip in 1 hour and 40 minutes minimum. That was the shortest time possible for the drive. Often we would leave to return home on Sunday evenings, and we would be extremely tired. Our parents protested most of the time, and since they all lived in the same city, they tried frequently to get us to stay until the next morning. We could not do this because of school, work schedules, and prior commitments. On one particular weekend, as we began to pack to return home, our mothers were very disturbed and began to fuss at us about the apparent exhaustion that was visible on my face and my husband's. We left the city anyway and began to pray that God would help us to get home. Driving, we approached what is known as the Grapevine area, heading south on Interstate 5 in California. The car began to climb the incline at the beginning of the ascension up the mountain. We were conversing, and our 3 children were in the back seat, already asleep. It had been a rough weekend. Normally, we would alternate drivers depending on the tiredness of one or the other. On this particular day, we were both struggling. I was no help at all this day. The last thing I remember was heading up the beginning of the hill. All of a sudden, we were at the base of the hill on our street at home and heading up the hill. There was a tingling presence all in the car. You could feel the presence of God all over our skin. My husband and I looked at each other and puzzled, I asked, "How did we get here?" He, being the driver, said, "I don't know." We both were very startled and half asleep. I looked at the clock for some reason, and only 45 minutes had passed since we had left my mom's house. We pulled into our driveway, stopped, and just sat there trying to figure out what had just happened. We got out of the car finally, still in shock, and discussing how neither of us remembered the trip. We remembered praying for God to help us get home safely and just about starting up the hill on the Grapevine. Then suddenly we were starting up the hill on our street. I rushed into the house and telephoned my mom. She asked, "Where are you? Is everything okay?" I said, "I am at home." She said, "That is impossible. You just left here a little over a half an hour ago." I said, "I know." And I began to tell her how we were talking, and all of a sudden, we were home. No doubt, we were all puzzled. We came to the conclusion that God had picked up that car, taken us home in order to spare our lives. The hallelujahs went up to the Lord. We gave God praise for that day. He truly helped us. There is no way we would have made it by our own strength. Little did we know that we had 3 future pastors, our children, asleep in our back seat. The devil knew it though. Destiny was riding in that car. God brought us home on a wing and a prayer. Divine transportation. Home on a wing and a prayer. Chapter 9. Yesterday I ran. Today I am a warrior. Beats by King Dvyce. Flash Flood by King is the song.